Hello everyone. Can you just let us know if we are audible or not? Like on the comments. Yeah, we have started the meeting just now. Can you let us know? Let us know in the comments. Yeah, thank you, Jarish. So hello everyone. Thank you all for joining our session on step-by-step guide on Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador by And today we have special guest with us who is Daniel, and he will be introducing us to how we can give exams through Microsoft certification voucher, how we can give exams, and so many tips he will share with us. So stay with us till the end of the session. Also, if you guys stay till the end of the session, there will be a LinkedIn Premium opportunity. So yeah, make sure to stay till the end. Yeah. So let so guys, do many of you have Azure free premium, like Azure free resource you have? Raise hand if you have Azure subscription. Oh yeah, only one. No worries, I will share the link to Azure free for students. You have to avail it with your G Suite account, which which is from g.bracu from my university, and through university you can also get an edu mail, I think. Let me share you the link of Azure free trial account. Then we will start our session in a couple minutes. So also, the Azure free will help you through the labs of this certification exams. Like there's so many labs on our exam, right, Daniel? So it will help you
Yeah,
to
that's right. I'm actually covering this offer in my presentation, so you will hear
yeah,
about
sure.
that.
So make sure to get your Azure free today. It will help you through the labs of the certification exams. So yeah. Now we can get started, I think, Daniel, with the presentation.
Yeah. I'll just make sure that I'm audible as well. So if you can please let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, Daniel is working as data associate, I think. No?
Yeah,
At
that's right. I'll
KPMG.
actually cover the introduction
Yeah.
myself in a second. So, and the other question that's always asked at the beginning of a meeting, can you see my screen?
Let us know in the comments, like you can see Daniel's screen or not. Thank you, Asim. Thank you, everyone. So
So
yeah,
I'm not seeing
you
the chat
can.
right now. So yeah, it's
Now I will
all
be
right.
sharing. I will be
Yeah.
answering them on the chat, so no worries.
All right. So let's go for it. My name is Zaynul Abedin Miah, and I will be speaking about the ways for you to get Microsoft certifications because Microsoft certifications are generally and in the world are very wanted by employers. But they are also a great way to, learn something new. I'll cover that in a second. And this session is going to be, let's say, an overview or an introductory material for you to get you familiar with what kind of options you have in terms of Microsoft certification, and also, and that's in the name of this session, a step-by-step guide how to actually get a Microsoft certification. So a little bit about me. I'm a Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador. You may have already heard about this program. It's basically a program for university students to, share their love of Microsoft technologies with others, and also educate others in terms of Microsoft technology. I'm also a data associate. That's how I would call the position at KPMG Czech Republic. So I basically work at a consulting, mainly in the data field. Topics connected to reports, for example, in Power BI, and also AI. So preparing some kind of AI solutions for clients. That's also a thing I do. But most importantly, I'm someone who has experience with Microsoft certifications. I actually sat on a Microsoft exam 14 times, and 13 times it was successful. One time it was unsuccessful, but I may get to that later. But what I want you to know, and is kind of initiate by that I'm someone who has sat on several certification exams, Microsoft certifications exam. So I'm also someone who should be able to answer the majority of your questions that you might have about Microsoft certifications in general. So feel free to leave the questions in the chat. We'll definitely have a time to go through them. There will also be two possibilities for you to unmute your microphone and ask your question with your voice. But you will have the space for that. But if you want to leave your questions in the chat, feel free to do that, and we'll get to that throughout the session. So let's get to that, because there are some things to cover, and I would like to know them all. What are we actually going to go through? I mentioned that in the very beginning. We'll cover a step-by-step guide to get a Microsoft certification. But I really want you to understand what options are there, because everyone might not be interested in the data field, in data science. So you might more be interested in the Windows development, or in the field of development in general. So I want you to know what options do you have based on your role, and based on your expertise, if you already have one, or based on your interests. That's the most important thing. So those are the two things that I'm going to cover in my presentation. So first, let's get to the topic of answering the question, what are Microsoft certifications? I actually have a question for you, and feel free to unmute your microphone to answer it. How would you define a certification in general? Can be the first thing that comes to your mind. It's okay. I just want you to know if you have
You can
already
raise
some
your hand, I think, if you want to. Oh yeah.
I'm not seeing the Microsoft Teams, so if you
No
raise
worries.
your
I will
hand.
allow them now. Allow microphone.
It is like a credential that proves that I know something.
Okay. Anyone else?
Uh, um, Azmi, if you raised your hand.
Yeah, I just raised my hand. Can you hear my voice?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Certification is kinda a proof that you have just done anything, and this is your result paper.
Yeah, that's would basically define it. Both of the definitions that you said are correct. And I don't know if there were some definitions also in the chat, but that actually sums up what a certification is. And I actually have another question for you, and some of you might already be very familiar with certifications and actually getting them. So my other questions for you is, what kind of certifications do you already have? If I don't expect anyone having a Microsoft certifications already, my certification already, but there are multiple certification providers out there if you're talking about the technical certifications mainly. So would you like, anyone would like to share what kind of certification they already have?
Yeah, I would like to share.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, in Bangladesh, we generally get the academic certification, what we can really relate to. And in addition to that, some people used to do a lot of courses online or offline, so they get the certificates.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I had a
Online.
Microsoft certification already. I had two
Okay.
certification. One is a generative AI certificate, which is in the LinkedIn, and
Mm-hmm.
data analytics. That was a really good course because I'm interested in data science and the fields of data science. So yeah, that was very good. I enjoyed it.
All right. Yeah. Thank you so much.
That's great.
Thank you so much for sharing your insights on
I
the
think
certification.
you were talking about challenge, Microsoft challenges for voucher, I think. Like the one who was asking question, Apu.
Uh, Now I'm not sure if I understood that correctly.
Someone told me like they got voucher through online. So that's why I was wondering they were getting through challenges, I think. After completing challenges, they get vouchers. So that's what she's talking about. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
we will get through the
Uh,
later. So no worries.
uh-huh.
You can
Yeah.
go through your presentation, then I will talk to it.
Okay. 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 So I'll just get the presentation back. Like I said, thank you for the insights. I prepared some ideas on why would anyone get certification. I would say that it basically comes down to two things. One is learning something new, and another way is that it's an excellent way to actually validate the things you do, the things that interest you, and it also looks good on a CV. Yeah, so that would sum it up. If I connect your ideas with minds that I have on this slide. So now let's actually get to the offerings of Microsoft. It's throughout time, it has actually changed a lot. And I remember when I earned my first Microsoft certification back in 2021, there were categories that I'm not even mentioning here because these categories got discarded and they are discontinued, let's say, and they are no longer used. But when we're talking about Microsoft certifications now, we actually mention, I'd say, three categories. One of them, and I think the one that we will cover most of our time talking about, are Microsoft technical certifications. But Microsoft doesn't only offer the technical certifications, they also cover certifications that are regarding the Microsoft Office apps. We'll also get to the offerings. What kinds can you get? And there is also a third special category, and basically I have 2 certifications that fall into that category. That's very, I'd say, special, but I wanted to point it out here because some of you might be interested in actually getting the special kind. So we'll get to all these categories that I'm mentioning here, all the 3, and we'll be starting with Microsoft Technical Certification. Microsoft Technical Certification, or MTC, sorry, is basically focused on the key technologies that Microsoft develops. It's Microsoft 365, it's Microsoft Azure, Power Platform, Dynamics 365, and Microsoft Security Platform. Let's put it that way. Microsoft Security Platform is a special category that basically covers concepts of Microsoft Azure, but also Microsoft 365. It's basically connected, but I felt like putting it here as a single category because we have actually Microsoft technical certifications that are dedicated to Microsoft security. So I wanted you to know that. In terms of MTCs, we basically have 3 levels of difficulty. We have fundamental certifications, associate, and expert. A fundamental level certification is, or how Microsoft views it, I think, is basically a way for you to understand the technology and its concepts in general. It doesn't cover the concepts in much detail. In much detail. It basically covers the basic concepts, but it's a broad perspective. So it doesn't mean that it's just a few things in the certification content that you actually have to know. It can be a broad spectrum, but it's basically things that Microsoft thinks are important to know when discussing the key technologies I'm mentioning in the bullet point above. If you know a bit more about the technology, you can go for one of the more advanced levels. One of them is associate, also called a 2-star level, because it's basically a thing, a logo that I have at the top right corner. If you take an associate level certification, it's generally for people that have some kind of experience that is a bit more in depth than the fundamental experience, but they don't have to be experts on the technology. They just want to know the context in more detail, but they are not people, or you don't have to be people that have tremendous years of experience in that technology. That's basically what the expert certification or a 3-star level is about. Because if you take the expert level, the 3rd level, the 3rd-star level, it's basically the hardest certification. The exam covers questions that are very, very low level. I'd say low level means that it goes pretty much into detail. There are also special types of questions in the exam. I'll get to the actual exam of the Microsoft Technical or Microsoft Certification in general in a minute. But the most important thing I would say here is that it's really for people that know what they're doing and they actually touched and clicked through the technologies because the questions are pretty advanced in the expert level certification. I myself doesn't have an expert level certification yet. I have a few associate level, so I can share you some experience that I have. In terms of the way for you to get it when you write the actual exam, you have to have at least 70% of the questions right to pass it, and that applies to all the certification levels. You basically have and I'll also cover that. I'll show you a specific certification that you can get, and you will see it there. That there are in the exam you will have sections, and you will be marked how much did you or how much points did you get for each section, for each question in the section. And and then it will kind of sum up the final score and tell you if you passed or not. Just take a drink and we can continue. I put here some examples of the Microsoft technical certifications that you can get. I will show you a poster with all the certifications, so you don't have to memorize them. We can get to a specific one if you want to. I must say that because I haven't gone through all the certifications, I don't know all the certifications content of all the certifications that are there, but we can go to the certification page and actually find that information out. What you will see for every Microsoft certification is that it does have this certification code with this abbreviation. AZ is an abbreviation for Azure. There is also an abbreviation for MS, which is an abbreviation for Microsoft 365. And then you have the certification code. And if it's a 900 code, it means it's a fundamentals level. So you might come across that that if you see or when you see somebody talking about the Microsoft technical certifications that are in the fundamentals level, and they are also called the 900s because all of them have a code of 900. So I just wanted to let you know how to actually know that you are seeing a Microsoft certification in general. I'm just fighting here with all the things that you can do in a Microsoft Teams call when you want to show something, but you don't want to show it anymore. Yeah, now I figured it out. Nice. So those are Microsoft technical certifications. In general, like I said, we'll get to what kind of actual certifications in this category can you get. But I just wanted to get you familiar with the general concepts of them. We can actually get to a specific certification that you can get, AZ900, which is Azure Fundamentals certification of the Azure Cloud. So I'll just get to it real quick to show you how it actually looks like. When you go to a certification page, that's how it's going to look like. Microsoft has changed it throughout times, but that's how it looks like now. And I kind of want you to know what you're seeing here when you first open the page. At the top, it will tell you the certification's name. It will tell you its level and some other details about it. It will also tell you when it was last updated. That's good to know when you for example learn the certification content, but you don't manage to take the exam immediately and decide to take it, in a month or 2-month basis. And you might come across that this certification was actually updated in the phase that you were waiting for the certification. So there might be something more to learn that Microsoft added to the certification. So it's also good to check when the certification was last updated. You will get some overview of what you need to know in terms of Azure. You basically have to know the concepts of cloud computing and the Azure services that you can create in the platform of Azure. And let's see if I find it here, what I want to find. Seems like I don't know the new page as well that much, but there should be. Is it here? Oh, it's not here, but I'll just cover the other things that you can see here. But basically, what I wanted to find, and I hope that I will find, is a PDF for you that you can use, and that will tell you how many percent of which section is basically in the exam. Like I mentioned previously, the exam is the questions in the exam are consisted of a few sections, and it should tell you how many percent of questions are in each section for the exam. It was previously here at the top, but it's not here anymore. But it doesn't matter. I think I will get to it somewhere. I think they need to have it somewhere. It would be very bad if they didn't have it. But in order to pass the actual certification, you have to learn the content. You actually have to learn the things that you need to know to actually pass it. And Microsoft has these things called learning path for every certification. And if you click on the learning path, you will see all the also called modules that you need to complete. If you see that what you can see here are 3 groups of modules for the Azure Fundamentals certification. One covers cloud concepts. The other covers Azure architecture and its services and the services of Azure. And the third one covers Azure management and its governance. So if we click to the first group, you will see the modules that you have to complete. If I click on one of the section of the modules, I will show you how it looks like. If it loads, I hope. Yeah. It didn't load the first unit, but never mind. Yeah, that's another thing. A module. These all things are in a group, and are grouped in a single instance, and that instance is called a module. And this module has multiple units. You can see that there are how many, like 7 or something like that units, and in each unit there is basically a text content. You can also see videos of what the certification actually covers. And I can see what I wanted to show you. They actually put the percentages of the amount of questions of each section here. You can see that there are 3 sections. Basically, it copies the way how the modules are structured in the 3 groups we saw previously. You can see that this first group of describing cloud concepts consists of 25 to 30% of the amount of the questions that are in the exam. Yeah, you can see this for all the three sections, and it basically it's good for you to know, and we'll get to the actual learning to a Microsoft certification, but this can help you prioritize the sections that are covered the most. Here in this exam, it's kind of a third of the exam for every section. But in some exams, you might see that, for example, or in some exams, I can't know why or can't know the specific exam now. But in some exams, you might see that some section is covered just for 5 to 10%. Yeah, and that's not much. So it basically means that there are very few questions for that section, and that you should actually prioritize the other sections that are there. Yeah, so that can help you as well with your preparations. And at the end of each unit, you will get this knowledge check, which basically is a set of 3 to 5 questions regarding the units, the units that you went through. And if you click on the answers, it's basically always it's ABC or ABCD. It's never an open question, so it's never like you should type something. It's always choose the right answer, A to D, and then you click check your answers, and then it will tell you which answers did you have right, and which answers did you pick wrong. You see, I kind of did a random pick, so I answered all the questions incorrectly. And you can see that by the fact that this question is labeled in red, which means that I answered this question incorrectly. And it will also tell you the reason why it's incorrect. And what it will do in green, it will show you the right answer, and it will also tell you the explanation of the right answer. So that can help you out as well. And at the end of each module, you will find this summary and also additional resources for you to learn more. Yeah, that's I'd say about the modules in general and how the certification content is structured. What you can also make use of, and I'll just do it like this, so I get to no I wanted to get to this screen, is that you can make use of one more back to the initial screen of the certification. You can actually take the practice assessment, and it's a set of circa 50 questions that you won't see in the actual exam, but they are very, very similar and might help you to prepare. So it's also good to take the questions in this practice exam as well. All right. Just go back, because I want to think about if there is something else that I wanted to show you. There are some things that I'll show you in a while, but I'd say those are the main things that you should know about the certification page. If you have any questions, there will be time for your questions in a while, but that's, I think, what I wanted to say. So those
Also
were
do the practice assessment. Also do the practice assessment test as much as you can. Like solve it as much as you can. This will help you in exams. So yeah.
yeah. And
Also
yeah,
watch Study Cramps by John. Sorry for
yeah,
interrupting.
I actually have good Study Cramps channel. I think we know the same person, and I wanted to point it out, but we'll get to that section. And the other group of Microsoft certifications are Microsoft Office certifications or Microsoft Office specialist. That's how they called. And those certifications, like I mentioned, are connected to the suite of apps of Microsoft 365. So it's your Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, but OneNote certifications are not that broad known and familiar in the field. I'd say the Word, Excel, and PowerPoint certifications are the most renowned and might be interesting for you. There are also 3 levels of difficulty, same as with Microsoft technical certifications. Yeah, I see that I put one thing wrong here, but never mind. There are 3 levels of difficulty, basically, fundamentals, associate, and expert. I put the fundamentals one into brackets because the fundamentals one aren't Microsoft doesn't update them. They are connected to Office versions of I think 2016 or something like that. So some things stay the same, but some things have changed. But the associate and expert levels actually cover the Microsoft 365 version of the apps. So it's always the actual version because Microsoft 360 apps is a cloud. Microsoft 365 is basically a cloud offering. And what I put, I've put one thing wrong here, and I'll change it now because I actually forgot to tell you about one more level of the Microsoft technical certifications that Microsoft Office certifications don't have, and that is this specialty level, which is kind of this 4th level. And its difficulty lies somewhere between the associate level and the expert level. This level is dedicated for those that want to get certified in a very, very specific field of some of the key technologies that are mentioned above. And we can, you will see some of the types in the material that I'll show you in the one of the next slides. So that's the thing I forgot to mention. And like I said, there are also a few special types. I put here the 2 main special types. One of them is Microsoft Certified Trainer, which is a certification for people that want to prepare others for a Microsoft technical certification exam. I don't think it covers these Office exams. It's dedicated to the technical certifications. So you can be a provider of trainings for people to prepare for their MTC exam. So I think it's a very lucrative career. I'm not a Microsoft certified trainer myself, but I know people in person that are, and it basically covers a lot of benefits being Microsoft certified trainer. You automatically get discounts to all Microsoft certifications, and the discount is 75%, which is really nice. The other certification that you can get is Microsoft Certified Educator, which is a very, very special one. And to be completely frank, I haven't seen a lot of people actually getting it because, or it might be for you. It's basically for teachers that want to educate about modern technologies. It basically covers the way that teachers should do that. It's how Microsoft sees it, so it can be a good inspiration for the teachers. I actually know a few teachers in my country that have that, but in general, I don't think that this certifications is very known. So I wanted to put it here as well. So those are very special ones. These 2 certifications, but you might be interested in them in the future. So basically, if I put it a few slides back, we have We have Microsoft technical certifications, certifications for people that want to learn something new or validate their skills in the key technologies of the Microsoft ecosystem. Then we have Microsoft Office certifications or Microsoft Office Specialist. Is also called this certification is also called Microsoft Office Specialist, and this is for people that want to validate their skills in Word, Excel and PowerPoint. And let me tell you, as a consultant, people that know, for example, Excel really well are very well um, are very well not only paid but also know how to make their job easy in terms of the world of consulting. We talking about Excel and spreadsheets in general, so it's a thing that you might want to get as well. And then we have, I don't have it here, I have it on one of the previous slides. Then we have the special types, which I put two main types, so two main certifications. One of them is the Microsoft Certified Trainer for you to prepare others for MTC exam. And then we have Microsoft Certified Educator, which is mainly for teachers who want to know the ways to teach about modern technology. And now it's a space for you. We'll give it a few maybe minutes. We'll see about the questions, but I don't want to keep you here for long. But I also want to answer all of your questions. So maybe a space for one or two or three questions, and then you will have the space again. But I just want to get to the end. I just want to know if you now have any questions about Microsoft certifications in general, based on the things that I covered.
Only on Microsoft certification, guys. Rest of them will be answered later. I will be with you guys till the end, so no worries.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, my question is about my own intentions, and I just having a lack of information. That's why I'm just interrupting you. Basically, I am a student of electrical and electronic engineering, so I am basically wanna enhance my knowledge, and I just wanna gather a lot of experiences. So, is there any courses which is related to my field? Which can help my future, or my which will enhance my skills about my field.
Yeah. Well, in terms of electrical engineering, I'm not really sure. It's basically these, like I mentioned, the key software technologies that Microsoft develops. But I think it's if you at least are a bit into software, I think that it's good to know about how cloud works, because I think, and I'm not the only one to think that we are going to hear about cloud more in general, connected to things like artificial intelligence. So that might be a good place to start. Basically, trying out some other Microsoft fundamental certifications. That's what are they for, to get a broad understanding of what the technology is about. And yeah, basically you might learn something new. But to be frank, I'm not sure. Maybe somebody who has a Microsoft certification and has the knowledge might correct me here, but I don't think that there are not any certifications connected to that field in general.
Okay, so I have two more questions, and I am feeling sorry for interrupting you all. I
No worries.
am basically having a yeah, thank you so much. So my second question is, can I exam multiple times for the certificate?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that this question goes to the category if you, for example, fail the certification exam, you can actually take it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. If you, I'll get to the process of the certification in a second, but in writing the certifications actually, but when you fail the certification, I think that there is a 24-hour cooldown that you have to wait, and before you take the certification again. Sadly, if you don't have the voucher, you actually have to pay for the certification again if you fail it. But there isn't or I don't know about a specific number of attempts that you can take. I think this the number is unlimited. But there is also some window before cooldown window before you can take the certification again.
Yeah, thank you. And then another question, how can I do well in the exams? Should I do notes whenever I just start learning or I just watching the video? Or should I memorize it to my brain all the time? Or what is the process? How can I be successful at that field?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I will get to it in a while. I wanted to kind of get you the understanding of the offerings of Microsoft, but now we'll actually get to the step-by-step guide to pass the certification, and and based on my experience, I will share how I prepared so far for the certifications to actually make the knowledge sustainable that you learn. So to A, pass the exam, and two or B, to actually sustain the knowledge in your head. So I'll get to that. But the time flies very quickly, so I'll get to that question, or I'll get to that section right now, and the steps that you would also could think about to get a certification in general is are mentioned here, and I think that you would also come up with them. I think that there are four main steps, each of them being equally important. The first one is deciding what kind of certification you want. Two is preparing for the exam. We'll cover how I prepared for the exams, Microsoft certification exams so far. Then we'll also get to the part of how to actually book the exam, because to take it you have to book it, and I will tell you how it's done. And the fourth thing is actually passing the exam, and this section is going to be dedicated on how you can share the certification with others and the next steps that you can take, basically. So let's go for it. The first thing to do is actually deciding what kind of Microsoft certification you would want to take. And for that, Microsoft has prepared a really, really nice infographic, really nice PDF. That basically covers all the certification, MTC certifications, so the technical certifications offerings that Microsoft has. I don't think that there is a similar poster for the Office certifications, but regarding the technical certifications, there is those should be all the certifications that are there, because Microsoft regularly updates this PDF. It was last updated in April, so it's pretty actual. I can see that it's updated because some of the certifications that I know aren't there anymore. So you should also know what kind of offerings you have based on the time that you are trying to take one. Uh, how to actually get around this PDF. Um, On the horizontal side, let's say, or at the top, you basically have the categories of the certifications. It's the names of the categories are a bit different than I mentioned in my presentation, but it basically covers the topics and areas, not the technologies here in this PDF. But it can get you to which column to get. If you're, for example, interested in data and AI, then you can take one of the certifications in the column. And in the vertical axis, you can see the certification levels. Here it's also a bit different than I mentioned in my presentations. They say that they also mentioned fundamental certifications, role-based. Those are basically associate levels and also expert, and then the specialty category, and which I also mentioned. And for example, if you're interested in data and AI and you're just starting, then Azure AI Fundamentals or Azure Data Fundamentals might be for you. In terms of Azure, I'd actually say that Azure Fundamentals, which I showed here, is actually the one for you, because understanding how cloud works is good before you take any other Azure certifications. But it's not a thing that you should do. I didn't do it. My first Microsoft certification, I think, was Azure AI Fundamentals, and then I took, after some time, I took Azure Fundamentals. So if you think you understand the cloud concepts, which is needed to understand, you actually don't have to take the certification. There are no requirements. Um, uh, at least in the beginning levels, there are no requirements for you to actually follow. You can take whatever certification you want. But when you want to get an expert level certification, for example, and I might have to zoom it in a bit. For example, this in the category of digital lab and innovation, there is this DevOps engineer expert. You will see that there is this lock in the right bottom corner, and that means that you actually, oh, it doesn't mean the thing I want, that I wanted to say. Okay, so it doesn't mean that. I think that it doesn't mean that you're not able to take it. It's just something I'm not familiar with it right now. I think that they added it recently as well. This little log here. But what I wanted to say is that, for example, this Dynamics 365 Supply Chain Management Functional Consultant Associate, what a long name. To actually get the certifications, you have to pass two certification exams to get it. So in the associate level and in the expert level, what you might come across is, in order to get the certification, you actually have to pass two exams. You can brag about both of the exams if you pass them, but to actually get the certificate, you have to pass both of the exams. So this infographic here can actually help you out if you want to know what certifications to take. Oh, there's this at the top right corner, there is this explanation. Yeah, this certification has prerequisites, which is the thing I mentioned, uh, but I think that it's going to be some knowledge prerequisites that you have to have of some other technology. I don't think that that it covers the exam requirements that you have to take, for example, two exams, like I mentioned a second ago, because here there isn't log, but this infographic can get you the general understanding of what kind of Microsoft technical certifications are there. So that's the first thing. You decided that you wanted to take a specific certification. The next part is to actually prepare for the exam. And on this slide, I wanted to put out the things that help me prepare so far for a Microsoft certification exam. And basically, the preparation for this exam is about two things. It's about getting the knowledge, so getting through the material. One of them is covered on Microsoft Learn. That's the main source that you should use. Good thing is that all the Microsoft Learn content is free of charge. So when you don't want to actually pass the certifications and just want to get the knowledge about the technology, it's also good for the usage. So it's basically the preparation is about getting the knowledge, and also what I recommend, getting a hands-on experience. And what I wanted to cover here are ways for you to get the hands-on experience with each of the technology. In some of the technologies, you might have more options, in some less. In terms of Azure, for example, you have the offering of Azure for Students, which was already mentioned here, and I put all the links for you to actually get to the site that you can get the offering. But I think that you will be guided to get there in this session. You can also, in terms of Azure, you can make use of Azure free trial, which might not be the ideal thing for you, but I wanted to put out what options are there. I put also some materials for other technology for you to use. For example, if you're interested in Power Platform, mainly in Power BI, which is a certification that I've taken recently, the PL300, Power BI Data Analyst, then I have a good question for good thing for you, good benefit for you, because actually Power BI Desktop, a tool by Microsoft, is actually free. So if you're interested in data analytics, then it's a good thing for you to prepare for free. And the materials that I mentioned here are all good, but what is the actual way? What should I do first? What should I do second? Well, what I do is when I prepared for the fundamental certifications, I think that the hands-on experience is not that important. It might be for some platforms, for example, Dynamics 365. I took one of the Dynamics fundamentals exam, and this is the actually one that I failed, because I actually didn't have the knowledge of where to click. And you get asked a lot in these Dynamics 365 questions where to click. So it's good to actually know how it looks like and where to find things, and I didn't know that. But in general, I'd say at least for the fundamentals level, it's good to get some hands-on experience, especially with Azure. Also, I'd say to actually click through the platform and know how it looks like. But for the fundamental certifications, I think the main thing is to actually go through the content that is on Microsoft Learn, understand it. Then what I did then is that I used YouTube to actually watch something called a study cram, which is basically a video covering all the concepts that the certification covers. And this channel, John Saville, this is a great guy that basically has these study crams. I think that he has a study crams for almost all the certifications, or all the fundamentals level certifications. If I, for example, type DP 900 study cram, I think that it should be there. Yeah, he's here. You can see that he even, it's 2.0 version, so he even updates it. It's a 2-hour video, but I really want you to watch it if you want to prepare well. So when you go through the certification content, you understand the concept somehow, and this will really help you. Watching the study cram will really help you to settle the concepts in, because the way he explained it, I think it's really good. So, for example, that's how I prepare for the fundamentals part. I actually don't have my own experience with Udemy or Coursera or any other platform courses like regarding Microsoft certifications. Basically, the Microsoft Learn platform, YouTube, and sometimes hands-on, if it was needed, was sufficient for me. But if you take an associate level or an expert level exam, then you need the hands-on experience because you actually need to know where to find things, and you might get asked on where to find these things, and might have to actually click on the exam the things that you need to do in the virtual environment of the technology. But that's if you take the more advanced certifications, for example, the expert levels. So that's also a thing to know. When you prepare, then it's time for you to book the exam. There are two options for you to book the actual exam. You can use two platforms called Pearson VUE and Certiport. I actually have more experience with using Pearson VUE. I won't show you the demo of the platform in general because it would leak all my personal information as soon as I would open the site. So I won't do that. But basically, what it's about, it's basically an interface where you click, where you choose if you want to take the certification at home or at a test center. You basically have two options. Both have their benefits and downs. I personally like to take the certification exam at a test center. Why? Because if you have the option, that's one thing. You might not have the option. You might not have a test center near you. But if you have the option, I would suggest you to take it at the test center, because if you take it at a test center and something goes wrong during the exam, for example, the exam goes down, then it's not your fault. It's the fault of the actual test center, and if the exam, for example, crashes down, then they actually have to pay a new voucher for you. Whereas when you take it at home, which has its benefits, you just go to your living room, cover all the things that a certification proctor would consider possible cheating. That is a thing about taking the certification at home. It's basically a proctored exam. You might already have come across a proctored exam, which means that you are in this virtual environment that you have to install to your PC. And it's a similar experience as in the test center, but it's a proctored exam, which means that you have to have your microphone on and your camera on. And there is this person called proctor that actually checks everybody that take the exam at one time, and checks them if they're not cheating or something like that. Before you're actually let to write the exam, you have to do a 360 of your room. So proctor knows that there isn't some paper which is prohibited. Having a paper. I think that you can have a blank paper, but you are not allowed to have a paper with text on it. That's reasonable. But when I once took an exam at home, you also have to. But what I had to do, I took the exam in a living room, and the proctor told me to actually cover my TV that I have in my living room with a blanket. So you might have to prepare the environment for the exam. And I personally like the test center experience more because in our country, in our town, there is this really nice test center that I like to go to every time. And almost all of these certifications that I took were taken at this one specific test center. So that's how I do it. That's how
Same
I
goes
do
for me.
it.
I
And
also
that's how I did
prefer
it.
test center. I also prefer test center more than like online.
Yeah. So it's good to hear that we're on the same page with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I won't show you the experience of booking the exam for the reasons that I mentioned, but I show you where to go when you want to actually take the exam, and you're on the certification page, and I'll just refresh the page. Oh, It seems that the page is a bit glitched, but never mind. You have basically the options that I mentioned, taking the exam through Pearson VUE or Certiport. So you just click schedule the exam and you'll see the experience that I have on the screenshots. The Certiport experience is pretty similar. I think that there are also Certiport test centers that you can take. I took some office certifications at a test center that I booked with Certiport, and I think that that they use the same testing centers, at least in my country, both Pearson VUE and Certiport. So it's just the matter of the experience when you're booking the exam. But when you actually get a voucher for the exam, and that's another thing that I will mention. When you actually get a voucher that for example 100% discount for the certification exam, then the majority of the vouchers that Microsoft offers and gives is to be redeemed through Pearson VUE. But before you actually click on the schedule exam button, and I don't know why it's so glitchy now, but you should be able to choose the country that you're from, and it will also, it might or might not change the price based on the country you're from. For example, if I choose Czech Republic, the country that I'm from, the exam is actually, I think, $20, $20 or something like that. I'm not sure now, but some amount cheaper than if I were, for example, in the US. So
Bangladesh,
that's
it's
also
$55. So
yeah.
yeah,
So
it's higher in
that's how you would
Bangladesh.
you. Okay. So on the actual certification side, to sum this up, you have this certification content, and at the very bottom of the page, you have the option to actually book the exam. And what is the actual exam experience like? Microsoft recently, I think that it's not, I don't know if it's recently, but the time that they published it, it's not a while. It's basically I think 2 or 3 months or something like that ago that they published this exam experience sandbox. And if you open it, it might not work. Okay, I'll just try it from a different profile. But what I'll just I don't know why it's not working, but I will. It's basically what it is. It's basically the same experience that you will be getting at the actual exam. It might work for you. You will get this presentation after this session, so you will have the option to try it out yourself. Hopefully, it will work for you. But you have the exact experience that you will get at the exam, and also, and by that, the option to try out what the actual exam might be like. So when you pass the exam, you have a couple of options what to do. The credential is basically saved on your Microsoft Learn profile, and I can actually show you that. If I go to my profile and go to credentials and I'll go to certifications, you can also see you can see all the certifications that I did and that I have and that I passed. If I click to view all, you would see all of them. You can see if you failed some certifications, that this is the one that I failed, that I took. Oh, it's already a year ago. Okay. But you can see everything about that. And I think if I click the certification details, then I can click share. and I can actually share the certification on LinkedIn, or for example, send it to someone through email, or if somebody requires it, some employer or something like that. But the main thing that people do is basically sharing that on LinkedIn. The process used to be easier, but they changed it a bit, and you actually have to do this from this certification profile of yours on Microsoft Learn. And if you don't have one, I advise that you actually get this profile, because it will make or if you don't have the actual certification profile, you won't be able to book the exam. So definitely register to Microsoft Learn. Yeah. And that is basically what I wanted to cover for the journey to actually get to your certifications. It was a bit longer. I hope I didn't bore you that much, but
No worries. It was
but
great.
I just wanted to cover what kind of options you have and the basic steps to actually get there. And now, or I'll just mention before we get to the questions, that I also covered some things, that places that you can use to learn more. I actually put YouTube video about what a Pearson VUE at home experience of an exam is like. There is also a link to Pearson VUE and Certiport page, how it looks like, to get you familiar when you're booking an exam. And I've also, a while back, I've written an article about Microsoft Technical Certification, which covers everything that I covered here with less information than I covered here. But if you want to get the general knowledge again in the form of an article, feel free to read it as well. What I suggest is this Microsoft Certification Hub, which is basically a project of my friend that has a lot of Microsoft certifications, and basically wants to share the knowledge about what the journey to Microsoft certification is like. They have this page where they cover the information that you need, and they also have a Discord that I stress you to join, because you can get all your questions answered there by me or him or any other individual and that is interested in this field and knows what the answer to your question is like. So now it's space for your questions regarding the step-by-step section that I covered now, or even the certifications overview that I covered previously.
Someone in the comments asking like, how's the course fee? How much is the course fee?
How much is what, please?
Yeah. How much is the course fee? Like certification, I think.
Yeah, for the course.
Course
Yeah,
fee.
yeah. It's good to you mean for the certification, I think. How much do the
Yeah.
certification cost? Yeah. Um, yeah. They aren't free. One or there used to be an initiative by Microsoft a while back that they canceled. I don't know why, but the certifications used to be for a while free. The fundamentals certifications used to be free for students. At least it was an initiative in my country, but they already canceled this offering. But you have multiple options to get this voucher for free. One of them is attending Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador session. I think that you can actually win a voucher, if I'm not mistaken. Feel free to correct me.
Virtual training sessions. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can basically get a voucher either from this type of event, or if you join or if you it's actually good to know. It's actually good to have your eyes open in terms of Microsoft events, because Microsoft from time to time organizes these big events. For example, Microsoft Ignite or Microsoft Build. that cover a lot of interesting sessions from the employees of Microsoft. And from time to time, when this kind of event takes place, there is also an offering that when you complete some, challenge or some set of learning paths, you will get an actual voucher for a certification exam for free, and not even the fundamentals one, even for the more advanced one. So this might be a way for you to go. There is also a student discount if you link your school account to the Pearson View booking site. I think it's I don't know how many percent is that, but it's some sort of a discount,
50%, I think. 50%,
which
I
is
think. Yeah.
2%,
50%, I think, in GitHub.
50%.
Yeah. If you want to
Okay.
apply for GitHub certification, it's 50%, but for Azure, I think there's no 50% also, I think, in Azure.
Mm-hmm.
For students,
Yeah.
that's what I
So
saw last time.
So yeah, you basically have these kinds of offering, and also the page or this Discord and also page that I mentioned. Also, this friend of mine, he's also a fellow Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador. He basically specializes in finding ways to get Microsoft certifications free, and he is kind to share these ways on the server. So when this opportunity appears, he sends this to a channel and lets everyone know that the opportunity is there. So it might be a good thing for you to join this server. And to actually answer the question, what is the
So
fee? It's
Daniel,
somewhere.
there's a question like they want PowerPoint presentation slides.
Yeah, I will share the slides with you. I think that if I share it with, I actually I created a shared OneDrive folder that I will share with you, and you can
No
share it
worries.
with the
I will
attendees.
share
Yeah.
with them.
Okay.
Do it till the end,
So
like everyone. There will be a feedback
yeah,
form where I will get your mail and we'll send it to you.
yeah, that's right. And so the fee is, I think, somewhere around $50 to $110. I think something like that. But it might be a good investment, even though if you don't get the voucher, because the Microsoft certifications are very well known in the technical world, and every job that I had actually valued these certifications, so it's a good thing to have. Another questions? Or did I bore you completely?
No, let's check the comments.
Yeah, I
They
think
only
is
want the
there anything
PowerPoint
else?
slides. Does anyone any other questions?
Yeah. I think that are there questions in the chat, or are there not?
They loved your presentation. So yeah, I guess.
Yeah, they want to get the presentation. Okay, you will. Don't worry, you will get it. Yeah. So,
Also, yeah.
yeah.
If you want
I
to
don't know.
share,
We're actually extending the time by a lot, I think, but
if
I'm sorry for that. But
no
I
worries.
wanted to cover everything that I know from my experience and that can what can help you. Um,
No,
what
it was great.
I
Like we learned a lot from your expertise. Like we didn't know so much. So yeah, 41 people stayed till the end. So they loved your presentation. So no worries.
and I thank you for that.
Yeah.
But if you want to get your question answered and it wasn't said here, feel free to add me on LinkedIn. I'll be more than glad to answer your question. And if you want
Sure, I
to,
will share your LinkedIn account ID. I do connect with Daniel on LinkedIn.
yeah, and I can get your questions answered and even help you what kind of journey to take if you want to what kind of certification to take, and if you specify me your journey, and I can help you with that as well. So that is all from my side, and I hope that that you learned something new today, which is the same goal as learning about Microsoft certification, or getting a Microsoft certification. I think that I don't know if you will get them a certificate of attending, which is also a type of certificate.
Yeah, I
I don't know
will
about it.
get them. Like if I can give them LinkedIn Premium, then I will also
Okay.
provide them with certificates. So yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
So
it will be hard, like 40 people certificates. So yeah, I will try my best.
so thank you
Also,
all for being here. That's all from my side, and I'll leave the word to officially end the session.
can you wait a bit? Like we will take a group photo if everyone interested. Let's unmute camera. Oh, one have question. Oh. If you guys want, you can allow your camera, and we will take a group photo. So to make this a memory. Also, how we learn from Daniel, so it will be great for us. Also, sorry if if I couldn't make you well for this presentation because I wasn't prepared for this at all. I had a busy schedule today, so yeah. So that's great. I think everyone is comfortable sharing their cameras, so yeah, let's take group photos. Yeah. That's great. So I think we're done. Oh, there's more cameras. I think we have to take this. We were supposed to end like on 38 minutes, so we ended within 53 minutes. So yeah, we're done. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Daniel, for your excellent presentation. We really loved your experience, like you giving us your time, also in such a short notice. So yeah, that means lots to us. So thank you, Daniel. Also, I'm sharing the LinkedIn form, so you guys have to fill it out. If you want, Daniel, you can leave. I think we are done almost.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I don't know if Azmi has a question, but I really have to go. Feel free to
Yeah.
write me on LinkedIn or something like that, and I'll try to answer that.
Yes.
So
you
thank
have
you guys for having me,
crossed your
and see you.
limit. Like you were on 38 minutes, so you have crossed to like 54 and so on. So it's mean a lot to us. So thank you so much.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
So everyone, if you guys have any question, do ask me. Or if you want to say your question in Bangla, you can also ask. Also, I wasn't so much prepared for this presentation because I had so much work today. So pardon me if I make any mistake. Also, you guys had any question about like Azure for students, which Can you guys tell me like how are facing problem with Azure for free? If you can unmute your mic or raise your hand if you guys want to have any question. Also, sign up for GitHub Student Developer Pack. This will allow you to avail your Azure for Students for free. So do fill up your Git for GitHub for Students. Also, I would share resources for passing certification exam when I get those slides from Daniel. So yeah. Oh guys, do fill up the form. Don't leave before you fill up the form because this will help you guys get the LinkedIn Premium voucher. Also help me to send your certification for this event and also make LinkedIn Premium, give you guys LinkedIn Premium. So will you have any study group So I started the certification group like on previous year September, which was expired in last. Someone turned on the camera, which lasted only or for 6 months. So I took the certification study guide for is it 900 where I got 16 vouchers from Microsoft, like 16 vouchers Microsoft sponsored for my certification study group. So then I took another certification study group, which was on AI 900. So I don't have LinkedIn profile right now. What should I do? You can open a LinkedIn profile right now and also start sharing this event like you have attended and how much you learn from this session. Then this will help your profile a lot. Like I had to share lots of event summaries, and through summaries I also got recognition from different companies. Like they asked me like how was this session and how much did you learn from it. So yeah, do share on LinkedIn so it will help you a lot. I also got through my summaries like GitHub t-shirts and lots of stuffs. Any other question? Also, I don't host any certification study group right now because my study group ended last month. So sorry about that, everyone. But I do hope that Microsoft will host challenge like Microsoft Build Challenge, Microsoft Ignite Challenge. This will help you get vouchers if they allow it. And also, you don't have to be a student like to get certification voucher. Also, one thing I would like to add is to attend GitHub virtual events like on Microsoft Reactor. I received a GitHub certification voucher from last night. I don't know if you guys know about it or not. I will share the link to Microsoft Reactor YouTube channel where you can watch you attend those events and then avail your certification voucher for GitHub. I will also be giving GitHub exam like next month. So yeah, I will also share resources how you can pass your GitHub certification exam. I will already share note Charakami. Note Charakami option. Oh, that's great, Jubair. No worries, I will accept it. Just oh, Daniel already shared a link to our presentation, I think. I will be sharing the link, I think. If you guys are at the session right now, Daniel shared the presentation slides. I opened my study group on Telegram. So there are 76 participants on the group. So basically, we received vouchers so little that only 10 people got to for certification exam. Like Microsoft were limited to vouchers, and we had 36 people who completed all the certification modules. So they couldn't provide us with many vouchers last study group, AI 900 study group. I think Abu Bakr is also here at the session. He also got, oh, Ubaidur had a question. Yeah, I will mail them the slides. Thank you, Daniel. Also, you can attend the session to get a voucher. I will update you guys with the the certificate. I will update you guys if there's any challenge, Microsoft Learn Student Challenge that you can participate and get vouchers. So I will share the challenge on Facebook. So join the Azure Tech Group Bangladesh, where I'm the admin of the group. So from the Facebook group, I will share you the resources that you can study and pass your certification exam. Also, I don't have a voucher available, so sorry for that. But I do hope that Microsoft give voucher to study groups so that we can have a Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador who will host that challenge and will give you guys a certification vouchers. Ubaidur, how my question was, how hard are the fundamental certification are not that hard. Like you will get 35 questions, which are MCQs and drag and drop, and so those are easy. Like you have to just study for 1 week, less than 1 week, but you have to study hard for it. Then only you can pass the certification exam. Fundamentals are easy, so it will help you start out your certification exams. Also, I think there are lots of students who are joining this session. I would say apply for Microsoft Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador program. This program will help you get 50% discount on vouchers. So make sure to join the program. Also, I think the program has been little hard. Like you have to get 2,000 views on your Microsoft contributors link, which they will provide you after is fill up the registration form. Then only you can then there are lots of like requirements. Like you have to select three paths. One is community influencer path, and other is well Daniel is which another is community influencer path, and another is startup founders advocate. So there are three ways that you can join the Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador program. Oh yeah, if you guys want, you can also take question to Daniel if you all anyone have any questions. I also had series of sessions last month, so yeah, I was also busy. Also, I will try my best to bring out many experts so that you guys can learn and get certified also. I did talk with the Microsoft certified trainers, like they were so busy, so I couldn't bring them today. So yeah, but I will try my best to bring many experts I can so that it will help you guys to learn more on what are the ways you can you can get benefits like Microsoft Startup, Founders Hub. Do you guys know Microsoft Startup Founders Hub? They provide free Azure AI credits and also help your startups. Like if you're planning on building a startup, Microsoft Startup Founders Hub helps you a lot. So make sure to apply. I'm sending you the link, guys. Microsoft Startup Program. Yeah. Do I apply for it? If you guys want, you can also ask questions in Bangla. So no worries. I'm also Bangladeshi, so no worries. Also, sorry that I couldn't host study group this time, but I will try my best that so that many students who are joining this Microsoft Launch Student Ambassador program host certification study group for you guys, and also helps you get vouchers. If you guys fill up the feedback form, you guys can leave if you want. Oh, you can enter where I can see it. I will send you the recording later after this. Like it's also recording. 1 hour 6 minutes have passed. So sorry if that is had been delayed. Like guys, do share me in the comments. Like if you can access the link shared by Daniel. Do check everyone. I think I will download the slides and share with them. Lots of you had a problem with Azure for free resource. So I would suggest you guys to apply for GitHub Student Developers Pack first through your student ID card, and then apply for Azure for free resource then after that. Also, likewise, Daniel said that you don't need Azure to pass the certification exams. So it's optional. Like if you don't want to give any lab exams. Also, yes, accessible. Thank you, Consumer, for letting us know. Also, do you have guys have other questions? If you guys don't have, then we might end this session. Also, I'm sorry if I made any mistake in this session because I was busy with schedule, so sorry for that. Also join like our Microsoft Launch Student Ambassador BracU page. Also join our Azure Tech Group Bangladesh Facebook group if you are a student from Bangladesh. Also a certified trainer from Bangladesh. You guys can join the group. You can send me a connection request. I have already shared the link to the form. Already I have received 81 requests, so I will accept them one by one. So no worries. So yeah, I think no one have any other questions, so we will end this session. Oh yeah, I have to prepare certificates for you guys. So yeah, it will take a lots of hassle, but based on a feedback form, I will share you certificates. I will sign them from Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador programs, then we'll send you the certificates. Yeah, sure, I will accept your certificates, your connection request. Any other question you guys have? Oh, lots of people are already sharing the LinkedIn post. Wow, that's great. That's a level of dedication, guys. Thank you. All right, then we will end this session right now. If you guys don't have any questions, so I'm ending this session. Thank you all for joining me in this session on, yeah, Asim. Yeah. So thank you all for joining me in this session. It was really great to have you guys. Like you guys waited till the end. So thank you all for patience. And see you all soon and good night. Take care, everyone.